Illinois Congressman Rajda Krishnamoorthi. Congressman, thanks for joining us on this. Appreciate it. Want to begin with these latest on impeachment efforts here against the president. What are you hearing and expecting from this?
Well, I think that after the first impeachment hearing, which did not go so well, there wasn't a shred of evidence implicating the president in any wrongdoing. They've decided to go for a desperation play and a vote on the floor for an impeachment inquiry. But again, on Football Sunday, we should remember that desperation plays are usually the Hail Mary, the last play of the game, but it appears this is the only play in their playbook at this point, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
I want to talk about the former president as well, who's essentially out there now saying on the campaign trail, well, no, in fact, I am the defender of democracy, hence why you need to reelect me to the White House. What do you make of that?
Well, of course, that's ludicrous, given how much Donald Trump has done to undermine democratic norms. Of course, we know what his agenda is going to be in another term. If he were somehow reelected, he would further erode our democracy. He would also, for instance, give immunity to all those January 6th insurrectionists who are going through the legal justice system right now, criminal justice system in most cases. And I think his claims are just laughable at this point.
Let's talk Hunter Biden for a moment, if we can. On Fox News Features today, House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer said now is the time to depose him. Want to take a listen to that, and then we'll talk.
We have to depose him because we have 500 or 600 specific questions about specific transactions that we need to know, what they did to receive the millions and millions of dollars from our enemies around the world, and what level of involvement did Joe Biden have.
Biden is offering to testify as well. What do you make of this back and forth?
I think Hunter Biden has probably responded in an appropriate fashion. He basically said, look, I'm willing to answer any questions that you have. I just want to do so out in the open so that the public can hear directly from me, because the risk of a private deposition happening and then having the majority do what they always do, which is distort what happened in private and then basically create a narrative that is at odds with reality is very high. So I think Hunter Biden is correct to ask for a public opportunity to answer any questions that the majority has.
Do Democrats have any recourse to force a public hearing for Hunter Biden?
Well, as you know, it would be voted on in committee, and unfortunately, we don't have the majority of votes, but we certainly can use our bully pulpits, which we're doing right now, to say, look, if you have questions, bring them in. Let's have a hearing. Let him answer them out in the open.
Liz Cheney, this new book out, it's called Oath and Honor. She talked about Kevin McCarthy's trip and how he justified it when he visited the former president after January 6th. And he said it was because he wasn't eating and he was depressed after losing his reelection bid. What do you make of this justification put out there by Liz Cheney?
Well, Yasmin, a lot of us have lost elections, including myself. I can understand how someone would be despondent over losing an election, but you don't go out and create an insurrection at that point. Hillary Clinton and Al Gore both lost very close elections where they actually won the popular vote. They didn't go out and try to overturn the election results. So for Mr. McCarthy to say that he was going to go down there and help him get through his stages of grief is one thing, but then the very next day to then support Donald Trump and his narrative that somehow there was fraud in the election, and then worse, to turn the other way after the insurrection happened, to object to the certification of votes, and then to avoid calling for his impeachment and resist that following all the series of events that happened is just completely unacceptable.
Congressman Krishnamoorthi, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Yasmin.
A quick program.